Aloha, I'm Reverend Cindy Palos, and I am continuing to talk about the elements of peace. And today we're going to get to the root of it all, and that's love. There's so many keys to peace. In fact, I have 10 of them I cover here. But it's so interesting when you delve into love, how it encompasses all of the other elements of peace. Of course, I'm talking about unconditional love here. I have to quote this great quote that comes from Jimi Hendrix, of all people. And it gets down to exactly what I want to talk about today. When the power of love overcomes the love of power, the world will know peace. Let's just let that sink in. It's so very simple and so very true. When you think about the differences that exist in the world, and you think about the fact that through time we've learned more understanding, we've learned from hopefully our lives more compassion, we've been able to see through history the fact that war is a terrible, terrible thing. And we also know that peace comes from within. And if someone, any great master, say the Christ, were to present himself as a Prince of Peace, or Buddha in the embodiment of compassion with Kuan Yin, and if that was able to be projected out, that essence of compassion, that essence of unconditional love to another, that energy field, I am convinced, would change the energy field of another person's consciousness. And if that energy field can change the frequency and energy field, it also can change the world. And you know, this isn't that far from the truth when we think of how many thousands of years the teachings of Buddha and the teachings of Christ have been used to try to help solve some of the problems of the world. And both teachers there, again, tell you about the values of peace and the value of love. And we know, of course, that that begins within. Albert Einstein said, peace cannot be kept by force, it only can be achieved by understanding. And I've always in my life found that if you understand, you do love. If you truly can understand what's going on within you, within the world, within the forces of the world, you will see the greatest force is the force for good and the force of love. And the force of love does hold peace. And we tend to think of force in a negative, aggressive way. But there is that simple, powerful place of peace within that holds that frequency of love. And that is indeed a powerful force that can change the world. I have another quote for you here. It says, when there is love, there is courage. And when there's courage, there is peace. And where there is peace, there is God. And when you have God, you have everything. That's from a woman named Louise Penny. I hadn't heard of her before, but I love that quote, because that ties in the power of love and courage. And when we think of what people have done in the name of love, even Buddha's search for enlightenment took courage. I mean, of course, Jesus' life, as an example, took great courage, knowing what the outcome would be and still doing it. And that takes, indeed, as said, a great amount of love to be able to live with that courage. That kind of love really is a kind of love that's hard to express in words. Because words have a difficult time capturing the light of love. God's love was experienced by many, many teachers. Rumi and many, many, many others. So many throughout time. And when that is experienced, that personal life experience of love, it is transforming. It's redeeming. It's our divine inheritance, and it's a gift that we all can embrace. And it can be embraced in a million different ways. But we know that when we love ourselves, we can indeed love others. And that comes back to living with yourself and understanding and making peace within. And it also takes letting go of your ego and allowing that power of God to work through you, to be an instrument of peace. Of course, going back to that wonderful quote attributed to St. Francis that indeed was not written by St. Francis, but many, many hundreds of years later. I think the beginning of the 19th century? No, maybe the 20th century, early 1900s. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. So right now, can you imagine peace within? Can you take a moment and just allow yourself to be in that state of love that allows you to experience that place of peace? Let's take a few moments. Just allow yourself to be in a place where you can relax and where you can bring in that light of love. Breathing in and letting anything that isn't peaceful, just let it go. Going deeper in as we breathe in and allowing yourself to feel the breath within the breath. Be in that place within where you can go deeper and deeper into yourself, into your highest consciousness. And allow that highest consciousness to fill your entire mind with light. The light that comes with understanding. Breathe that in and allow that light of understanding to take you into the journey into your heart of hearts. Breathing that light into your heart of hearts. Feel the love that was there when you were born. Allow yourself to be immersed in that light of spirit that was alive in you the moment you came to this place to be here on earth. Travel to that place inside, that place of your soul that brought you here to this place on earth. And in your soul dwell in that place of the silent peace within. Breathing in that peace and allowing your soul to be lit with that love that changes the frequency and allows that frequency to be attuned to the highest frequency of unconditional love from the one source of all. Feel that beautiful energy there in your soul as you experience the love that you need, that unconditional love of God. Breathe it deeply in and allow yourself to absorb all you need as you become that love of God. And now, for a moment, allow yourself to feel the peace in that love. Allow yourself to have the courage it takes to go into that deepest place within, to feel the peace of that love, where everything is resolved and everything is aligned and everything within you is healed with that love that forgives and releases and brings you back to that one love that you are. Bathe in that love, allow it to completely do its work within your mind, within your heart, within your soul. And now send that love that you're feeling that carries the rays and energy of peace, send it out to the world. Send it out to all of those in the world that are seeking peace and love. And as you do, allow it now to encircle the entire world with the light and love of peace. And see the world being changed. See the darkest places being illumined with light and love. Feel that light and love radiating out throughout the entire universe. Breathe that in and allow that light and love to come back to you 1,000,000-fold into your heart and soul. Now, allow that love to be centered in you, in your heart, in your body, in your mind, and slowly come back and feel that peace centered within, and allow it to be in all states of your conscious mind now. And if there's anything you've gained from this time within, take a moment to write it down. And remember, you can always go to this place of love and light inside and find that perfect peace. I thank you so much for this journey within, where there is that perfect love that carries perfect peace. God bless you always. And thank you so much for being a person who carries that peace within.